Alrighty, last final flight of the X-vert. I'll share something with you. Oh yeah, so much for having to work holidays. It makes me happy as shit. Yeah, maybe I need to, well, I don't know, I was going to say maybe I need to let it warm up, but it's plugged in at the tailgate. By the time I set it on the ground, it ought to be ready to fly. Came very close to carrying FPV goggles down here. I'm like, ugh, man, I don't know how far out I can get. And you got to be real careful about that, because what ends up happening is you carry it out way further than you should. It's like, whoa. X-vert. Yeah, I think it's 69 bucks and then $5 for shipping. And there is no using a module. Well, that's not true. No orange module. If you make a hacked module for it, where you have is it a DM9, the $109 module, 109 bucks. God almighty, they're proud of that thing. They don't ever get off of that neither. That drives it crazy. According to Mr. 302, though, you can find them in the classifieds for 45 to 50 bucks or something like that. But I didn't think about that, and I seldom look. I found an eBay vendor who probably set me back 69 bucks with one, but geez, it just ain't worth it. And since I'm going to carry this thing in the box anyway, just use the receiver that comes with it. No worries, or transmitter. I'm starting to get about 5 knots out of my east. And airplane mode, no worries. It is tackling this without the stupid prop adapters wonderfully. Now, it's just when you go to take it into Hoover mode, things go awry. I think I got this. I'm going to try to bring it in fairly low. It shoots up about 6 or 8 feet. So I'll get it to shoot up as low as I can and use the trees as a block. But yeah, I think this will sate my need to fly when I'm on the road. And you know, if I only have a small field, you know, it'll be just fine. I said sometime, I don't know if it was yesterday or out at the ball field in my neighborhood, it was yeah, it might have been here. I said it's a little like masturbating. You know, it's not really flying, it's kind of flying, and it's, yeah, it gives you your flying itch, but the bottom line is that it's a lot like masturbating. You know, when you fly an actual plane that's not stabilized to death, that's the money shot. This thing turns wonderfully. I wonder if I'm going to fly the convergence again, line of sight, whether I like it or not, and see if perhaps I go to extremes with the sticks that it'll actually, you know, use vector steering or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, the bottom line is, kids, happy Memorial Day. I'm going to be eating crab legs and shrimp tonight for supper. And I hope you guys are going to have a nice weekend as well. Special thanks to Ferg and 302, who are my basically 21st century pen pals. 302, how was that first FPV event, aside from being fairly short? Hope it worked out for you and whets your taste for doing more. It is fun as hell, that's for sure. I mean, it's really adds another dimension to the hobby. It really does. So I'll get it coming in like so, yeah, and flip that switch. Yeah, that's, excuse me. I think I'm going to get me a Dremel drill press. You plug your Dremel into it and it gives you a great little drill press. And not just to cut those I got 50 or 30 40s, 50 40s, these props. And the guy shows you how to make a jig, and you can just cut them down to 50 30s, which won't stress the flight control board on here. I think that's the way to go. And I've always kind of needed a drill press, you know, for better or worse, a smaller drill press like for the Dremel. So I'm gonna spring for one of them. Basically they're 35 bucks or some shit like that, 38 bucks. Another thing I was going to get the other day, I almost bought it and I didn't, because it's one of the things you never use, and that's a drill bit sharpener. They make two of them. One you actually hook a drill up to and sharpen the bits, which gets shitty reviews, and then they actually have a $36 drill bit sharpener. And man, you know, you sharpen your drill bits and then you never use them, and it just sucks for something like that to sit. But man, oh man, to have a sharp drill bit, because I am famous for not having sharp drill bits. Something to think about. And the interwebs are very kind to the good folks at Harbor Freight about that. They say it's a nice little drill bit sharpener. All right, the walk of shame. I gotta go get my receiver or transmitter. Oh, that's 2 fallovers. Oh well. See ya.